ready?
Yeah.
This is the Lock and Load Show. How's it going?
How's it going, man?
Good. Is this Chaplin?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. How are you guys doing tonight? Thanks a lot for giving us a call tonight and chiming in. For all our listeners, we're going to start doing a piece called Music You Should Know. And we're going to just, like we've done in the past on the show with Kodak, and just feature, these bands out there. They come to us, we go to them, and we kind of work together, getting everything out. So
this is Brandon from the show. I don't know as much about you as you've been talking with Darren a lot. Can you tell us a little bit about your stuff, I guess?
Yeah, man. Right now it's me, Cameron. I'm the singer, and I play guitar for the band.
I'm Dylan. I play guitar for the band.
And I'm Danny, and I play drums for the band.
And Casey, our bass player, could not make it tonight, sadly. But yeah, man, we started out in Louisiana, playing some shows there, and we just recently, about 6 months ago, moved to Nashville, and here things have really kind of jump-started for us, and we met a lot of amazing people that are helping us get out there, and going to be jumping on some tours soon, and yeah, just starting to get our stuff out there. So
awesome. I've got one for you guys. Where does the name Chaplin come from, or how'd you guys come up with the name?
Well, that actually came about, oh my gosh, when I was 15, so that about 7 years ago, and we were all having, which was some different members at that time, but we were having lunch in Lake Charles, Louisiana, and this pastor was coming to my drummer's church, and he was going to be preaching on what it was to be a pastor, and not to be a pastor, but he preached on what it was to be a chaplain, and it was a minister in a secular field, and we are a secular band. It's not a Christian band, but we all have our morals and everything, and what we try to do is sing about problems, sing about life, things kids go throughout their lives with family and breakups, good breakups, bad ones, good relationships, all that. And we try to sing about that without telling them to run to sex, drugs, and alcohol. So kind of that's the meaning behind it. We just felt it like Charlie Chaplin. So,
'cause I'm a big fan of Charlie Chaplin.
This is Justin from the show. I got a question. I've heard some of your music. Darren has showed it to me, but a lot of the cast members have not gotten a chance to hear it yet. Can you maybe explain to them and the people out there what genre of music you play, or where you guys would put yourself in that scheme?
Absolutely. Reggae, no. Not reggae. Kind of, I guess you would say pop punk, kind of faster paced, higher energy stuff, kind of have fun, jump around, go crazy at a show. So pop punk is probably the best genre to put us in for our main genre. But, I mean, a lot of the songs that haven't been released yet, they do venture out and, the alternative into a power ballad kind of feel. So it kind of ventures out, but the main focus would probably be the high energy pop punk feel of it.
Awesome. Thank
Awesome. How long have you guys been together?
Well, the band, we played throughout high school, yada, 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 for 4 years or so, but then everybody went to college, and I was just kind of stuck there going, oh, crap, what do I do now? And but I went to school for some stuff and ended up getting the band back together about 4 years ago. So this new Chaplin has been together for 4 years in the making, and we spent the first 3 years, we didn't play one show, we just wrote and focused on, I guess, the business side of everything, trying to have a good head on our shoulders before we got into the industry. And after the 3 years, when we started hitting shows and releasing some music, and we filmed a music video and all that fun stuff. But so for me and Dylan, we've been in it for about 4 years. He was one of the first member I picked up when I started the band back up. And Danny, we just picked him up 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, maybe a month. Yeah.
How'd you guys pick him up? On the side of the road, or was there an ad out on Craigslist, or
he'll play for food?
That's where we got Jordan.
Just grabbed him as we drove by, and was like, "Hey, you're gonna be a band." He's like, "Okay."
Yeah, we actually one of our co-hosts, Jordan, if you guys are watching, he's the guy in the Batman shirt. He held up a sign and was like, "Hey, I need a job." And I'm like, I picked him up on the side of the road and threw him about $50. I'm like, "Well, I can give you a job, but it doesn't pay very well." He's like, "Okay." So I had him sign a contract, and we never discussed finances or anything like that until after I roped him into a contract. And so
I wasn't very. I didn't go to business school, so I didn't really know much.
Now he's our roadie.
Yep, he is our
Pretty much.
pretty much our roadie. And actually, we've been kind of pimping him out recently. To our listeners, it's a win a date with Jordan. So he's gonna get something out of it, just not really much compensation, like coming money wise. So.
This is Trevor.
At least he gets a date. I mean, hey, you can't beat that.
No.
Right? I could find my soulmate. You never know. And then I have Darren to thank.
Yep.
Just kidding. But where do you guys play mostly now? Do you guys travel to a lot of states, or are you guys not there yet?
Right now, we're not playing. Honestly, we don't have any shows booked right now. We have them ready to be booked. We haven't put any dates down because we're actually about to start recording with a producer named Malcolm Springer, which did the first 2 Matchbox 20 albums, and he worked with MTV on a lot of their stuff, and he did the Spider-Man 3 album. He did a lot of really awesome stuff. And he's been wanting to do some stuff with us, so we're actually going to be recording with him next week. So we've been kind of preparing for that. And then after that, we're going to start a Kickstarter up to be recording our EP through Sony, actually. They're interested in recording our EP for us, so we're like, heck yeah. So we're going to get a Kickstarter going so we can record with them. So right now it's a lot of behind the scenes, getting some recording done. And after we finish up that EP, hopefully a little bit in between, we'll be playing some shows, but they'll probably be pretty local.
That's awesome.
So,
that is
right
awesome.
Here around Nashville.
Well, just remember when you guys get huge to come do a concert over here.
Yeah.
Oh, you know it, man. But
What are some of your guys' like musical influences? I know you talked about more of like a punk, like a pop punk or type music. When you say that, like to me, like growing up, those type of bands to me were like Blink 182, little Sum 41, Good Charlotte, stuff like that. But what are some of your guys' musical interests or inspirations?
I think this goes for all of us. Blink 182 is a huge influence. Also, Sum 41, Green Day for me personally is a really big influence. Me personally, I love Less Than Jake, but I'm not too sure how big the other members of the band are. I think they're hilarious. A lot lately, like Story So Far. I love Story So Far. Been into them lately. And then I like weird stuff, so I like Cage the Elephant.
Actually, it's funny that you said Blink. Sorry to cut you off. That you said Blink 182 because a few episodes back we used to do this thing called on air called Tasteoki, and it was our horrible version of karaoke, and they did What's My Name Again or What's My Age Again. And so, like, if you go to our website and look at all of our old photos, I did a little Photoshop where all the guys, were running butt ass naked, and then one of our former hosts, was the nurse with the glove, and
it's like a remake of their album cover.
Yeah, but yeah. So, also, what is the craziest show you guys have ever played? This is actually a 3-part question, but I'll ask them in little chunks.
I think the craziest show we played, what would you say, Celeste?
Yeah.
Or,
yeah. That was the first.
Yeah, it was actually our first show. Was our craziest show. It was this club, man, in Alexandria, Louisiana, or was that in Pineville? Pineville or Alexandria, Louisiana, same thing pretty much. But we played there for a girl's, I think, 16th birthday party, And there's actually a lot of people. It was really promoted. There's a few bands that played, and that was actually our first show there. And that was fun, man. People were dancing, jumping around. It was a lot of fun. It was crazy.
And I went to during the performance, like I went to put my foot up on the kick drum, and then whenever I like went to go back, I kind of lost my balance, and then my foot like caught the kick drum and pulled it like 6 inches away from where it should have been. So I like kicked it back into place. I was like, "Hey, you good? You good?" He was like, "I guess." So I was like, "All right."
Oops.
Nice.
So you said this is at a 16-year-old birthday party? Man, that must have been an awesome party. I mean, just getting all those bands together and having a jam session.
I'll tell you right now, my 16th
That's
birthday
a
was not like that.
great parents right there.
Yeah, I know. Her dad's he's the guitar player for a metal band down there called Broken by the Burden, and they actually played the show. They set it up for her. It was really cool. It was a lot of fun.
It does sound really cool.
What is the worst show you guys ever played?
Hands down, it was at a bar called the Brew House, and oh my gosh, it was so bad.
There was like all of our family members were there, so it was like the first show that all our family members went to. And then like personal stuff happening with the band, and then Cameron was actually sick during that show.
I was really sick. We almost canceled the show, but it was so close to the show we didn't want to cancel, so we played through it. But I mean, I was like,
And it was freezing.
and it was freezing cold outside. It was Halloween, so he was dressed up like a zombie, and I was like in a scuba suit, and it was really weird. But I was sick, so like I was coughing and hacking stuff up, and we just lost our bass player, so we actually had a fill-in bass player at the last second, and then some personal things. So frame of mind wasn't really there, and first time our family was there, and it was rough, man.
Was that the first time we used our light boxes?
Yeah, and we built these light boxes, and it was the first time we used them, so we're still figuring those things out. It was just crazy.
All right, and then the last question I got for you guys tonight. What? You're looking at me like
That's because you look over at the corner of my eye right before he asked that last question. He looks over at me like
Brandon's off screen from everybody, but him and we look at each other a lot during the show, and he's just like giving me these fuck me eyes.
Wow.
Oh,
Looks like you had to compete.
That's the interview short.
I can interrupt here. I have a question for the band as well.
Oh, okay.
Me being in a band at age 15 as well and being a guitar player as well, I'm always curious as to know why you guys decided to get together and to start a band and to write about the things that you did. So if you can explain that a little bit to me, that'd be kind of interesting to hear.
Absolutely, man. I like I said, I played music through high school, and it was with different members. And after high school, my other members, they all went to college and got married and all that stuff, and I was just kind of stuck there going, well, what next, you know? And because I guess at the time you're having fun, you know, you don't think about it like that. So I went to school for EMS and PATH and everything, and pretty much just decided I had to do this. It was in me. It's what I love to do. And I was really good friends with Dylan at the time, and he was starting to get really good at guitar. And I said, man, I mean, what if we started the band back up? What if I started Chaplin back up, and you were the guitar player, you know? And we just started writing about things we're going through, because we were going through a lot of really, really hard times around that time that were really affecting us in a lot of ways. And we're trying to figure out kind of how to get through those times. And for me, writing just was a great release, and putting that on paper. And also, I feel like, you know, when I'm writing these things and when I put it out there, when we play the shows and people can hear the music, it lets them know that they're not the only ones going through that crap, and they can get through it, you know what I mean? And it kind of meant a lot to me to do that, and so I asked him about that.
Okay. Sorry. We're here. We had somebody try to call in.
They're getting popular.
Yeah, I know. They'll just have to wait. So, yeah. And then the last one I have for you is what do you, outside of music, what do you guys all like to do when you're out, like on the road and all that stuff? Hello?
Like long walks on the beach.
That sounds like a Match.com profile.
I didn't know beaches.
We actually do that.
I didn't know beaches in
That's a joke, but actually we do that because we're in Florida, and we're just walking on the beach at night. but I guess all of us actually skateboard. We're horrible, but we can ride around. So we'll skateboard and ride around ramps and stuff. And video games, definitely.
Halo 4 lately.
Halo.
Oh
Halo.
that's my game right there.
Are you guys excited for Destiny coming out?
Oh, dude. Okay, guilty confession. Okay, yeah. And I think they both know what this is about to be. Like when I'm bored, or like I don't know, when they're all like doing guy things and playing video games and eating pizza, and I'll go turn on Frank Sinatra and draw a bath with SpongeBob bubble bath and like light a candle and just chill for like 17 hours.
You're just taking me time, right?
Seriously romantic.
That sounds like an awesome day.
I'm not normally romantic, but when I am, I'm alone.
Yeah, when we get on the tour bus, like we might be on a bus next year, and when we do, I'm gonna have to make sure. Like I'm pretty sure I haven't seen one yet, but we're gonna see if we can get one made with a bathtub in it, because I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like on the road for a few months, and no bathtub. Living the hard life.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome.
Well, we learned a little bit more about you, Cameron. So
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit too, but
yeah, you guys had mentioned the Warped Tour. If you guys ever come around the Midwest, let us know. We will definitely try to get down to see you guys and see you guys perform. And
absolutely, man.
But I have a song here that we're going to debut on our show. If you guys would like to, it's actually going to send us to break. But if you guys would like to introduce us or introduce it, say something, and then we'll just play it, and then we're going to head to break. So,
absolutely. I'm guessing it's going to be "Love Me Like the First Time."
That's what it is.
Awesome. Yeah, just real quick, that song was about, I was going through a relationship. I was with this girl for 4 years, and it's kind of about just fighting for what's worth fighting for, man. When the relationship gets monotonous, rather than giving up and just going, okay, next, because it's easier, fighting to get that love back and fighting for who you know you love. And that's kind of what that's about, just figuring out how to get that flame back. So.
All right. Well, we would like to thank you guys for coming on tonight. We'll definitely keep in touch with you guys. Like I said, just let us know when you're coming in the area. Your song that we're going to play is going to probably become a permanent fixture on the show. Yeah, so you guys have a good night. Good luck with everything. I know you guys are recording within the next couple of weeks. Good luck with all that. And we'll talk to you guys soon. So.
Awesome, man. Thank you very much.
See you guys.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Wow. That was really
long and thorough. And
long and thorough.
Play the song. Play the song.
All right.
Some music.
So
Let's get
we
some
are
music on.
going to leave you for our first break with a little Chaplin, their song "Love Me Like the First Time." You're listening to Lock and Load Show on lockandloadshow.com.
Here I am, thinking of you again. One more year and it kinda feels like 10. I really love you. Can you see what it is you mean to me? Please take the time to know me again. I feel like I am lonely, my friend. Take a second, hear me out. What you're doing, it fills my head with doubt. I really miss those times with you where nothing mattered as long as we're together, laying hand in hand, looking at the stars so bright. I'll always remember that night. Hey baby, could you love me like the first time? Act like you don't know who I am. Ask some questions, tell some stories, like the time when you cried. Hey baby, could you love me like story